Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good? Alright, cool. I'm going to read you guys 3 poems, and then I'm going to come right back up and read you the last poem of the night. Bruja. You don't know how much it sucked to drop her off at the Hidalgo border to Mexico. Her brown eyes watching me while we said our goodbyes. To think that just a few moments ago we were on my bed, her wet brown hair sticking to my face and beard, all while she hummed sweet songs from her homeland toward the baby blue bird caged behind my ribs. When her humming stopped, she hit herself against my shirt, crying. Her tears stained my neck, shirt, and shoulder. Have you ever been so alone that it just makes sense? She whispered. I didn't answer, but she must have known how I felt, because she then said, Yo me siento muy bien contigo, mi amor. No me quiero ir para atrás. We kissed between the last hour we had before I had to drop her off at the bridge. As she got out of my car, I could feel every sense of her passion. The alluring smell of her hair, the poetic manner in which her body moved, all her music, all her magic, just leaving me all at once as she went back to Mexico. Thank you. Lions roam like the cats. For all the men in this bar, the women whose love is somewhat too far, we will drink beside them, and admire such a city's dismay from the sewers of shit flushed here every night. Even as the bartender serves them, I think you know her love will never come our way. Her love is too far from this place, perhaps not even there, perhaps she has no love to give. So we drink and drink until we get so lonely that it just makes sense to be here. Outside, lions roam like the cats in the alleyways, and the people down here have never seen a lion before, let alone see them roam like cats in the alleyways. So keep drinking, kid, because the sun is almost up and our cash is almost done. Soon, there won't be any lions left, but it's alright. Here comes the bartender to serve us. She has a pretty grin on her face. Those are the ones that hurt the most when they leave, leaving with all that magic and beauty, and only your soul to be left behind with it. Thank you. I feel like I am going to have enough time for the 4th one, but I'm not sure. I'll save it for last, because I'm going to go up again anyways. Running toilet. I laid on my bed. My journal was sleeping beside me. The toilet was running, and the cats outside had stopped crying. Sometime at 4 in the morning, I got a text. I want to hear your voice, Victor. But I didn't respond. I just laid there, listening to the emptiness filling this room, just like the toilet running and running. I guess I just got used to being in silence at this time that I don't even welcome those who come to my house anymore. However, I will admit that I have a tremendous amount of love that I want to give to someone, and a tremendous need to be loved. But as I hear the toilet running, all I can wonder about is, who could ever be willing to love a man who obsessively betrays his humanity for the sake of the poems he can never capture perfectly? Thank you. Do I have time for one more? One more? All right. SW. I'm nearing the end of a bottle of wine that I started last night. It's a favorite of mine. It keeps the man in my head calm, his words clear, and everything else just fits into place as him and I lay in our bed of roses. However, when this bottle is dry, when the night comes and I am left with him, I will be welcomed with the usual. frustration that I cannot understand, an abundance of anger that cannot be satisfied. I tell him, please, let me hold your strings of emotions in my plastic hands. He says, no, you cannot hold me. No one can hold me. We choose poems together before every reading. We look through his work, my work, and we decide on what is best for them to hear. But once we're up there, he begins to lose it, begins to grow impatient, especially if he hasn't had 1 or 2 drinks in him. He looks at the people and wants to shout, listen to me, look at me. And when it's all done, when we're back home and we're in bed again, I feed him his wine and I look at him lie there, writing on his arm, his hands. He's afraid of being alone with himself, so I won't leave him just yet. I'll work on this poem and let sleep take him first. After it does, I'll go get his wine from the store nearby. Oh kid, save yourself the trouble of getting me the wine. I don't need help of any kind. I stand up in crowds, look at them, and they don't see my eyes, green and frolic like deers in the rain. I linger behind your breath, kiss the women you love, and satisfy yearnings of the worst kind between the hours you sleep and I lay awake on a bed that is not mine. Yes, you and I are 2 different men in one unkind body, molded by the gods of soul and passion and the goddesses of immortality and morality. And while you search for the ever-promising land of truest love in a city that would much rather spend their hours inside bars, drinking and licking glass skin, touching themselves with plastic fingers, inching themselves closer to an otherwise beautiful art known as death with slumbering kisses, I surrender my own humanity to catch immortality within the hundreds of possible poems that I could capture on paper with spilling ink. So kid, save yourself the trouble getting me that wine. I don't need your care. I don't need your love. I have the promise of immortality ahead of me, somewhere between the tip of this fucking pen and the pale skin of wood on this desk. Thank you. If you want to look me